Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Zanzibar here, and I got another video with just a collection of my thoughts about World of Warcraft in general, and this video will be specifically in relation to sort of world events and repopulating the old world. We've known for a while now that Blizzard has had quite a bit of trouble getting people to interact in the open world and playing together because of flying, really, is what they said the problem was. And they've really made noble attempts at getting people back on the ground and in the old world with these new world events where sometimes it'll just pop up in a random zone and you go there and then you have a little game to play or whatever, like the dinosaur one in Ungaro or those hot air balloons all over the world. These are all pretty good ideas, and I had a thought while I was doing my dailies in Argent Tournament for the mount tokens. I thought, because of the Knights of the Frozen Throne expansion in Hearthstone, wouldn't it be good if Blizzard decided to open up Northrend again and create a new world event focused specifically around the Argent Tournament? The Argent Tournament had some cool things when it was first introduced. They haven't aged well, I'll admit. Then it's not particularly fun to do these dailies, but it only took me about 20 minutes to do them, the level 80 ones at least. It only took me about 20 minutes, but imagine a world event where you would go to Northrend and there'd be a big party and you could do the jousting and the dueling with your friends and you could do all that sort of thing. You could fly around Northrend and you could kill the cultists. Wouldn't that be a cool place for a new world event to get people back and interested in the old world? And really all Blizzard's got to do is just incentivize it. So, make maybe new mounts or something, or just recolor some shitty old ones, who cares? And maybe make it so that the dailies or the event can give you AP or mount tokens for the new mounts and for the old ones as well. I thought this might be a really cool way to get people interested in the open world and returning to Northrend, because I played a Death Knight for years now and I'm in love with Northrend and its lore and all that, so maybe I'm a bit biased. But yeah, I just thought that maybe the timing is really good right now with Hearthstone, the expansion. They could come up with something to celebrate the release of Knights of the Frozen Throne in World of Warcraft, which hasn't happened before as far as I'm aware. I don't think I recall it ever happening. And I know we did have the Grand Tournament a few years ago in Hearthstone that was based on the Argent Tournament, but that's already a few years old at this point, and they weren't doing this push with the world events at that time. And not just that, but also the Argent Tournament was a huge part of Warcraft lore, and it's remembered fondly by a lot of players, or, well, me at least. I actually can't speak for the majority of the player base, but for me, it's actually remembered quite fondly because of the dailies and the mount combat, which isn't that fun, I'll admit, but it's just nostalgia, And I think if it had a bit of a level change, it scaled up a little bit, and then some new challenges were added, and a reason for people to go there and do it, and maybe make it 2 weeks long or something. I think with the timing and the location and the setting, and even really what's going on with the Legion at the moment, I think it's a good world event idea. There is also, of course, the other problem with server communities that just don't seem to exist anymore, outside of guilds. And Blizzard said that the problem has been flying, but it's not just flying. There was also the random dungeon finder and the cross zone. That's a huge problem. For example, my server that I play on, Nagrand, is connected to another server, Celestraz. However you say that. So it's connected to another server, and that's okay, because I can trade with those people and I can join guilds with those people. Some of the people in my raid guild are from Celestraz. But the problem is that all the old world zones that aren't populated anymore, because we have 6 or 7 continents, or however many it is at this point, those zones are completely cross-realm with just random people that you would just encounter from anywhere. They could be from Kil'jaeden, from Bone Chewer, from Nagrand, from anywhere on the battle group. It can be anyone. You'll never meet them again. And because this happens in all the old world zones, so there's no reason to make friends on your server. Now, obviously, we can't get rid of the random dungeon finder, but I think gating off world events from that cross-realm zoning, I think that would be a positive experience. Because at the very least, at least you'll know that you're going to be meeting people from your server, and these might be people that you'll only ever see at world events. But isn't that okay? I think it could help. I think it could work. I really do. And encouraging players to form community groups on the forums and gathering players to go to these world events together and speaking and making friends and memories and experiences, I think it could be achieved. I think it's not as distant as Blizzard seems to think. And further than that, I think making the Argent Tournament come back for Hearthstone, and just for fun, for those of you who don't play Hearthstone and WoW, but just for fun as well, I think that's all Blizzard needs to do, and there might be a massive influx in server communities again. That doesn't result in taking away Dungeon Finder or flying. So I know this is a bit of a rambling video, but it's just something that crossed my mind. We've got large swathes of the world just completely barren. And I think it would be really good to see people in those parts of the world again. And like I said, Blizzard have been trying, but I don't think the direction they're taking is good enough. They need to take a few more steps, and then they would find that servers would be populous again, in my opinion at least. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll have a look and I'll reply. If I think what you got to say is interesting, leave a like or a dislike. I don't mind. I would just like to know why you don't like my video or why you do like my video. Subscribe if you can, and I will see you another time. Thanks. Bye.